Okay, my Israelite brothers, both spiritual and natural. This is a part 2 video of the one that I previously did, talking about the 4 beasts that come up out of the earth. Don't forget to subscribe right there, because I do a very thorough lesson when I teach in our congregation pertaining to this subject. Now, first of all, why is this an important subject? It's an important subject because it confirms the authenticity of the Bible. Whenever you got Nebuchadnezzar, Daniel, and John in the book of Revelation having a dream about the kingdoms of the earth that will be in charge, in the order in which they are going to come, it clearly authenticates the prophetic word of the Bible. Okay? So, just to bring up what I brought up in part 1, Daniel had a dream that there were going to be 4 beasts that come up out of the earth, and these 4 beasts were kingdoms that would be in charge of the entire earth. I know that we are looking and we're trying to say, well, the United States is in charge, England's in charge. All of that stuff is no. The Bible clearly tells us who will be in charge. And Rome is the 4th beast. There is not a 5th beast. What the 4th beast has, being Rome, it has other agent countries that pushes its agenda. And so that's what you have. And the entire world is being governed by Rome and its ideology, its Christian ideology, the pagan infiltration that has creeped into Christian religion came from Rome through through Emperor Constantine. Now, you can read this all in history. You can read Emperor Constantine, what he did as a Roman, and how the ideology of mixing pagan worship into religion, how it all came into play. And the whole world is celebrating that theme of religion today. That's why the Sabbath was changed from the 7th day to the 1st day. This is why you have the Christmas tree and winter solstice being mixed in with a recognition of the birth of Jesus, when there's nowhere in the Bible that says when his birthday is. Mainly December the 25th. Okay? Nowhere in the scripture. In fact, as I indicated earlier, Jeremiah warned us in the 10th chapter, and there's another place that talks about the Queen of Heaven. And Jeremiah warns the people, but they would not listen. So, again, the order of those 4 beasts was Babylon first, then the Medes and the Persians. And the Medes and the Persians were 2 different countries that really became one. That's why he says, he told Daniel, when he described the statue to Daniel, that the Medes and the Persians would be next. Then Greek would destroy the Persians, and which was Alexander the Great. You can read that in history. Alexander the Great defeated the Persians. And when Alexander the Great died at the age of 32, the Greek Empire was split into 4 regions, which were the 4 horns that Daniel saw articulating the 3rd beast, which had a horn, and the little horn failed, and up came 4 more horns, but not in the power of the first horn. So these 4 kingdoms or 4 regions that came up from the Greek Empire as a result of the death of Alexander the Great, all of that can be confirmed in history. And all of that you can match with the vision that Daniel had. And then Daniel said there would be a fourth beast diverse from all of the other beasts put together. Because the fourth beast, which is Rome, and Gabriel told Daniel it would be Rome, that it would be in power, ruling in a different manner than the other kingdoms did. So if you're not ruling with an army, how else do you rule? You rule with the mind. You rule with an ideology or a philosophy. Just sitting there, the smallest territory in Italy, but yet it controls the entire world. And how does it do it? When you go to church on Sunday, that's from sun worshiping being mixed in to Christianity. When you have Easter eggs and bunny rabbits running around on the resurrection recognition, because he wasn't resurrected on a Sunday, that's a whole different other topic that I'll bring in under 3 days and 3 nights. But the fact still remains, although you are recognizing the death, burial, and resurrection of Christ, you creeped in a bunny rabbit laying eggs and having Easter egg hunts and hot cross buns. What does that have to do with the resurrection? That's the power of the fourth beast. You don't even know where that came from. That's why he's ruling without a power, without the power of the hands. And so large countries like the United States, through its Christian religions, although there are a number of variety of Christian faiths, from Methodist, Baptist, Christian, Protestant, and so forth, you all go to church on the day that Emperor Constantine brought in and mingled and changed the day from Sabbath, Saturday, or the seventh day, I like to say the seventh day, Sabbath, to the first day. That was done by Rome. And that government is still in charge. Because when you're doing the practices that they brought in, they're still in charge. So that's why this is an important lesson. Let me end by saying this. There is, or there will be, no fifth beast coming up out of the sea. What you will see next is what Nebuchadnezzar saw in his dream. A stone hewn out, not by hands, that will come and destroy the entire government that as we know it today, because the statue was hit in its foot, 10 toes, and it disintegrated. And that kingdom took power and set up, which represented the Messiah. And when the Messiah returns, he will set up his kingdom on this earth for 1,000 years. For 1,000 years. You can go read Zechariah, the 14th chapter, and see how all that unfolds, okay? You can read the book of Isaiah, and it will tell you what's going to happen during that 1,000-year millennium. When Jesus returns, or Yahshua if you prefer, when he comes and sets up his kingdom. So these are important things to know. You're not going to learn this in your traditional church. I'm going to be doing a lesson on this, so make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be bringing you a lot on this channel. A lot of information, okay? God bless you, all of my Israelite brothers, both natural, that have been scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, and all of my spiritual Israel brotherlights that are spiritual Israelites who are keeping Torah, coming in as God has directed, as Gentiles. God bless you. God bless you. We're one. There's one law. The same law for me, it's the same law for you. Be blessed.